Thoughts on today's practice from your defense?
Well, you look a lot skinnier.
Put that up.
You know, yeah, I'm putting this whole video
You
up.
look good, man. Look at you. All right. This morning was a productive practice. I thought defensively we ran to the ball. We were able to get some turnovers. Consistent 24 period grinder practice. The kids did a very nice job of fighting through it. So a couple of young men stepped up, made some plays. It was good to see. We got Maurice Alexander in here this afternoon, which was a positive for us to get him to his first practice. So this afternoon's practice was tapered down, really learn, play a lot of zone defense, work on some things that we aren't doing so well. We haven't put in a lot of new defense in the last couple of days, and I don't plan on that. But this morning was a positive. The afternoon, I would say we got accomplished what we need. The other thing I would say about this morning's practice is I thought the punting was much improved, and it needs to be. Not so much this afternoon. So we've not strung together days or consecutive practices of punting yet. The field goal kicking has gone 3 days in a row of being pretty dang good. So that's very encouraging, and the snaps and the holds have been very good.
What are you looking at from defensive line and linebackers?
Well, right now, if you break us down, we did make a move. We moved Levi Koskin to outside linebacker and to the bench position. And real similar to where he played last year, where Bojay was playing initially. We're going to move Bojay in one package to a true defensive end, and the rest of the packages he's going to be in our nickel and our lightning package. Then he's going to go back and be an outside linebacker.
Is he down lineman in the base?
Yes.
Okay.
He'll be, which is it's a defensive end, and Bojay was very excited about that. So it was something that he was excited when we sat down and talked about it. And as always, when I do position changes, I believe in communicating with the kids on what we think and why, and he was very excited about the opportunity to be in that particular package. Now the other packages, he's still going to be out there on air, running around and doing what we think he's going to do best, which is get after the passer and continue to develop the scheme in the best way for him.
How long is Cameron out?
It's basically, I really think that Cameron will be back, if not Auburn, Weber State. But he's not going to miss practices very often because it's an elbow as a corner. He can run, he can change direction, he can stay in shape. So once it gets back to where it needs to be, I expect him to recover very, very quickly.
Is that a dislocated elbow?
I don't know if it was fully dislocated or where it sat, but there's nothing. It's just to get the swelling out and put a brace on it, and Trek says away we go.
You expect to put a depth chart together in the
next?
next?
After the scrimmage on Tuesday. Yep. I expect to get a depth chart put together after the scrimmage on Tuesday for most areas. We'll just have to wait and see about the one that we'll talk about the most, to see when that one takes place.
Well, speaking of that, I mean, Dave just told me that if Alex and Adam, if they don't perform, there's a chance that Chucky start on Tuesday.
There absolutely is a chance that Chucky, if I've said that for 3 days in a row now, Chucky has done some very nice things. We'll see how he handles the rest of this week. We'll see how he handles the first of next week, and we'll get him to the scrimmage on Tuesday and see exactly where it sits.
But you put a lot of heat on him today.
Yeah, a lot of pressure in those situations.
How did you think he handled it?
It's hard for you,
I know it's hard for you to.
He didn't throw any picks, and I'm sure there were some balls he'd like to have back. But I just think we've got to put him in that position consistently to see how he can handle it. And I probably blitzed him up about 20 snaps in a row to see.
Yeah, you blitzed him a lot.
Yeah, so just another step in the progression. But I would say this: he's shown to be a mature young man. The ability to wrap his arms around the offense has been impressive for the first week. I'll tell you that much. Now, can he sustain it and maintain it? We'll see. But he's also got two other young men. I mean, Alex and Adam want that spot extremely hard, and it's just as it was 3 days ago. It's a three-man race.
Adam, 3 days in a row, he's been really good. What did you see? Not out here today, but what have you seen in film the last 2 days?
Adam?
Yeah.
I think Adam's been consistent the last 3 days. I think Chucky's been consistent the last 3 days, and I think Alex has kind of been up and down a little bit the last 3 days. So if I sit back, and I am going to come in tomorrow and sit down and do my own little study in my own little time and see exactly where it sits, and then obviously I'll communicate with Coach Wells, and I'll communicate with Coach Baldwin, and we'll have discussions and see how the whole thing sits. But I see progress in all three. There's quite a bit of defense being thrown at them, but again, the life situations is what matters. And can you command a team, and can you find a way to get your team into scoring position? And hopefully we get to find that out on Tuesday, because we haven't been in many of those scenarios yet. It's a controlled environment.
Cool.